I am going to do a review of the book East by Edith Piatow. This is a retelling of the fairy tale East of the Sun, West of the Moon. And it's a long book. It's almost 500 pages. It's probably on the border between children's literature and young adult. I would recommend it for children maybe 11 to 13. My 11-year-old daughter read it this summer and she loved it, but she's a pretty voracious reader. There are a few things in it that a parent might want to know before going in that make the content more appropriate for older children. The first is that if you've read the tale this week, or if you get a chance, you'll read this part of it. But there's a stranger who sleeps in Rose's bed with her each night when she's at the Enchanted Castle. And part of the intrigue and the mystery of the book is she's trying to find out who that is. She's not sure who it is that is in her room each night. Another reason that it might be best for older children is that in the book there is some portrayal of slavery, and particularly of using a drug to keep the slaves pliant and not rebelling. So that might be better for older children. And then the third reason is that near the end there is some mild violence and death of a favorite character in the book. So that might make it better for older children. Now, the reasons why I picked this book, I read it a couple of years ago with a book group, and it was my first introduction to this fairy tale. Hadn't read the fairy tale or read anything about it, and I love being introduced to new stories that are classic. There's a reason that these stories have stuck around forever, and so it made it a very enjoyable book. The protagonist, Rose, is a very strong-willed girl. She just does her own thing. She follows her own path. She's very brave. I love that in the book, when she decides it's time to rescue the white bear, that she does it not so much out of a fairy tale love, but more out of that because she needs to right a wrong, that she made a mistake and it's her fault that the bear is where he is and that he needs rescued, and that she's the only one that can do that because she made a mistake. And I love that part of it. The book is told from different narrators' perspective. You have the white bear, Rose's brother, Rose's father, and the troll queen. And it's interesting to see into their characters. I think it makes them a little more you understand where they're coming from, where it's told from their perspective. It is a wonderful book, and I think this week when we're studying traditional literature, it is fun to find some retellings of the traditional literature that we're reading and see how they have taken those stories that have lasted for a really long time and made them fresh and new again. And this is a book that does that. So that is East by Edith Piatow, and I hope that maybe some of you decide to pick up this book and read it.